you don't play fighting. So it's like, to me, I think everyone needs to have a number. I don't think people should waste their time. If you're a 4-4 fighter as an amateur, let me tell you, it's not going to get any better as a pro.
Yeah.
Unless you're just fighting dudes, which doesn't usually happen.
Right.
But I think guys that are 6-1, 6-2, I think they're good to go pro.
Right.
Mine was a stylistic thing. I was told, Ryan and I always look for different styles to fight. I wanted to make sure I kind of covered a striker, a wrestler, a brawler.
I gotcha.
You know,
Right,
a technique person. I wanted to make sure my bases were covered before I went pro with that. And then that's when everything kind of went downhill.
Yeah.
And that's when I've been on this layoff for 9 months now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it'll probably be close. It'll be a year, basically, from fight to fight.
Because of injuries or?
Yeah, so I don't know how much Ryan told you about everything.
You just said how badass you were and how cool you were.
Yeah, something like that. Hardly. So this is probably the main reason I wanted to come on a podcast, because this is something I think that a ton of people actually, I believe, I'd be surprised at, but don't know about me. Because like I've always said, I've always been a happy-go-lucky guy. I've always been a guy that's here to have fun. I was friends with everyone, but a lot of people don't know that I have suffered from depression and anxiety since high school. I didn't know I had it in high school. I just thought maybe it was kind of normal. But as it's built up, I have had very, very large amounts of depression and anxiety. And ultimately, I took a fight on 4 weeks' notice with LFA. I would have waxed this turd.
With the adequate time.
And it was just not going. I mean, even then, if I just wouldn't have gotten sick, I would have.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah, no, this kid couldn't hold a candle. He better hope I don't find him. He made a little status, kind of made me look bad after I'm in the hospital.
Oh.
Yeah, he still was kind of John. I'm like, okay, dude, like, listen, I'll fill up my tank and drive to Wichita. Like, I'll smack you in a gym. Like, I don't need people to see it.
Yeah.
But anyways, so this is the main reason I'm going, because if I can help one person, I guess, from this, then so be it. Because, like I said, when they deemed me with the depression and anxiety, I'm high functioning. Most people don't know it. Most people would never guess it.
I guess that's what high functioning means.
I hide it well.
Or above the radar.
Yeah, I hide it super well. There are days I just feel miserable, but I still go to work. I still go train. I still do all these things. I basically just hit my point, though, to where I had to be admitted into the hospital.
This is before the fight.
This is right before. This is 4 days before the fight.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which I felt terrible that I couldn't finish.
Yeah.
You know, I feel bad from an opponent, but after he talked mess like that, I'm like, okay, dude.
Yeah.
You know, that's this.
He
doesn't have.
respect.
He didn't know why I was in the hospital. I don't even know if he knew I was in the hospital. Still one of those things. It's like, dude, you don't know. You're not educated on it. Let's just not talk about it.
Right.
You know. But I end up in a hospital. They had to admit me, or I admitted myself. I talked to my family. I have a phenomenal support system, thank goodness. You know, which I feel terrible for people that go through this.
Yeah, what do they do?
Right. And so once I admitted myself in there, that's when I kind of found out my kidneys basically weren't working.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's why I was physically feeling so bad.
Right.
And I was mentally. I just remember I'm sitting in a sauna by myself, and I come out, and I'm just going out, going in. And I'm sitting there, and I just remember my last round in the sauna, I'm sitting there crying. I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Crying about God knows what.
Yeah.
Just everything. I go out, and I'm like 151 and a half pounds, and I have to get down to 145, and I'm just like sitting there, and I'm just like, I still have a couple of days, so I'm like, I'm not terribly worried about that, but I was just like, I can't do this. This is bad. Like, I had so many voices going on in my head.
Wow.
And so I text my parents. I was like, I'm in a bad place, because they'd known about it. It really, really spiked when I was a freshman in college, and it's when the surgery came.
Oh, okay.
Something
was taken from you.
Yep, I was dead. Exactly. I was dead set I was going pro with baseball.
Yep.
I knew my fastball was good enough. I was a low 90s pitcher. Like I just knew I had the mentality. I was like, I'm going to make it. I've never been somewhere and not performed.
Right.
Then that got taken away. That's when it all super spiraled.
Huh.
But I just remember texting my parents, and I was like, I'm in a bad spot. Super bad. And then I called my sister. My sister's a nurse. And I was like, I'm in a super bad spot. Like, I got to get help. Like, I was like, I'm about to just go to the hospital right now, because I just don't feel confident.
Right.
And it's hard to explain to someone, because, nothing makes me more mad. My generation of people, I don't know why it's so cool on social media to be depressed.
Right.
Nothing makes me more...
Call for attention, right?
Right. And to me, that degrades people who are genuinely... I'm not... the reason I don't tell people is I don't want handouts. I don't want you to change how you treat me. Like, just make sure you know, like, okay, like, I'm having a rough time. I'm just, like I said, I'm high functioning. I'm still going to go to work. I'm still going to do this. I'm not asking for anything, but for some godforsaken reason, people my age think it's cool to be like, I'm so depressed. I wish a car would hit me. Oh, that gets me. That's one thing that gets me fired up, because I'm like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
If you genuinely, that's what I think. That's another thing why I'm not scared of anyone. I fear absolutely no man. You could put me in a cage with Francis and Ngannou and be like, I'm probably gonna die.
Yeah.
But like, I'm gonna fight you.
Right.
You know, it's because it's like you're not gonna present anything to me scarier than fighting myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fighting something that I can't explain, I can't see, I can only hear. I can feel it. It's destroying me. I'm sitting here arguing with myself, and it's like you're not gonna do it. And I've really had that mindset. This is actually, I was kind of contemplating on saying this one because there's 4 people that know. That's it, and not even my parents, nothing. So mom and dad, sorry. So this one, it's about to get, you know, a little more serious. But like I said, if I can help someone out, like I want people to know, like, they're not alone.
Right.
And I know that's such a cliche thing to say.
But it's good.
Yeah. My freshman year of college, I came home. Like I said, I went to Crowder, so I was a hop skip away from Webb City, Carthage. Or Ryan said I was from Carthage. He's a dingbat.
Come on, Ryan.
Here I am talking about he's my brother and he doesn't know where I live.
Starts with a C.
Yeah. And so I came home, I want to say to watch my brother wrestle or something.
Yeah.
And I had just had a miserable week. I was just literally in my own head, unreal. And I had ran home to get some clothes or something to take back to my dorm before I went to the wrestling match. And I'm home alone, and like I said, I'm just eating at myself so hard. And I just got my pistol, and I loaded my pistol up, and I just sat in my room, walked circles in my room for like 15, 20 minutes. And I was just like, one side of me saying, do it, you don't have to worry about it. And the other side of me saying, like, dude, whoa. Like, time out. Like, it'll be better. But obviously the side that's like, do it is
pretty loud.
Super loud. Whew, he's loud. And the reason I've really never told this story, and like I said, I don't want people treating me different. I never want someone feeling the pressure. Anyone that holds suicide over someone else's head is a coward. If I were to tell you I'm going to kill myself because you don't want to be my friend, that you're a coward. An absolute coward. Whether you have it or not, you're still a coward. I'll slightly feel for you because you're struggling, but like, don't ever hold it. And I don't ever want anyone feeling that pressure with me. And I've definitely never told him, and I haven't told my family for this reason, but in my room, there's, my Conor McGregor poster, obviously.
Hell yeah.
I'm a fanboy.
Oh yeah.
But there's a really terrible drawing and it's actually a magazine, and it's a buck. It's just like a mainframe 8 or mainframe 10, and it's cut in half down one side of the face. And on the other side is a drawn side, kind of like a mirror, you would do for an art project. My brother drew it. Okay. And I just remember looking. I had that pistol. I'm on my knees. And on my mattress. I'm like shaking, and I'm just like literally like I have the gun up to my head multiple times, and I just remember like I'm crying, and I sit down and I look up at that poster, and I'm like, whoa, like what if that little turd, that little nutsack dragging around a body, walks in on me.
Exactly.
He's the one that finds me. What if, I don't want him to think this is okay. Right. I don't want him to think this is a good escape route. And so like, I've never taken that picture down. And like I said, it's not a good picture.
Yeah.
I love him.
Saved your life.
Yeah, he's definitely not an artist, but it saved my life, honest to God. But I've never told him that because I don't want him to have that pressure. I don't want him to ever feel like he has to be my friend. He has to cater to me. I don't like that.
I see.
So I don't ever want people knowing that pressure.
Right.
So that's why I've only told basically my closest friends. And obviously, like, I don't want my guns taken away because I can hunt. I can't hunt, because then they're not going to let me have guns.
Right.
Not to make a joke of it. But
no, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
but so I never told anyone.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's my freshman year of college. It was 2014 or 2015.
Right.
Fall. And like that, at that point, that's when I had no fear. I was no longer scared of anything.
Wow.
And to like I said, no one will ever on this earth present anything to me scarier than me, having that gun at my head. And so like that's why when I go in there and I have this mentality of one of us is walking out of this cage, and it's like you don't know what I've been through, man. Like you don't know that I've been right there. I'm not saying my story's any so much worse than anyone else. There's definitely people who have had it worse, but it's like you don't get it. Like like I'm willing.
Yeah.
I'm willing to survive. You don't know
Right.
how close what I'll do to survive.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with like I know where I'm going when I die. I'm saved. I have a great religious family. I have great leaders in my family. Like, I'm not scared of dying at all.
Right. Right.
And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that happened. I think it has a role. I think it helps. It definitely helps me fight. Like I said, I fear nothing. I fear no man, because it's like Francis Ngannou, as big as he is not scarier than me sitting there with a pistol to my head. You know?
Yeah.
And you know, like I said, if anything, the reason I'm telling you is because like I would love for someone to hear this and maybe then to help them.
Yeah.
You know, whether it helps one person or helps 1,000 people, like one person is good enough for me.
Absolutely.
Because like at that point, I really didn't have. Well, I guess my brother's drawing was the one thing I needed.
Right.
You know, it's like, excuse me. Now I go back. What if I would have just like tucked that poster away?
Yeah.
What if I would have thrown it away?
Right.
Would I have pulled the trigger? Excuse me. Was that did God make me keep that? Because like I say, it's a terrible picture.
Yeah.
I love him. It's a
Right.
sentimental value, obviously.
Sure. Right.
But he drew it when he was young, and I remember him
Some
specifically.
sort of innocence about it.
Yeah, he gave it to me, and I was like, bingo. That's when I was like, I threw the gun away, and I was just like shaking, super scared. I don't even think I actually went to his wrestling match. I think I just went straight back to my dorm because I was just like pale, like I just felt sick.
So close.
So close. I mean, literally, like just like I said, up to my head, away, up to my head, away, like trying to like just reason, reason as to why I
going up to
shouldn't
the
do
cliff,
it.
you get ready to jump, you're like, oh no, and like, no,
Yeah,
keep going back
and you sit there and you weigh things. Well, people are gonna miss me,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna feel like this again.
Right.
You know, just last week, I felt miserable to the point like it's crippling. It truly is crippling when you have it, and people don't understand that. And so like when people are upset, I like to think that I have more of an understanding for them, because like last week I laid in my living room floor for 2 hours because I thought I was gonna puke. And I just couldn't do anything because my anxiety was so high. But there was no reason for me to spike my anxiety. It just happened.
Wow.
And it's just I didn't notice until they pegged me with it, and I studied it. And it's I have a chemical imbalance in my head.
Really?
Yeah. So when I got there, fast forward to the fight where I had to go to the hospital, they did all my blood tests. Like I had like no serotonin in my head. Like all my dopamines were gone. Some were super high. Some were like gone. I guess your kidney produces serotonin.
Okay.
Didn't know that.
Me neither.
Mine aren't working, so they're not producing anything.
Yeah.
So that helps me understand too. Because like I said, I'm very logical. You can tell me the what all day, but if I don't know the why, it doesn't really mean much to me.
Right.
Now I know. Because before this, I was stubborn. I was like, oh, you're choosing to be sad.
Right.
Now I'm like, oh, there's science behind this.
No choice in the matter.
Yeah, I'm not a huge sciencey guy, but you can't really argue science either, right? I mean,
tough.
if it's facts, it's
Yeah,
facts,
yeah.
and I get that. And like I said, if I had a why to it, then I get it.
Right.
And so like that really helped me understand like, okay, this isn't. I'm not a freak. At first, I thought I was a freak. I remember multiple times talking to my friends, like, dude, I feel like a freak. I've always been headstrong. I've always been the funny one. I've always been the class clown. My tooth being broke, it's because my teacher left the room and my buddy was chasing me, and I got on the counter. 3rd grade. I was willing to do this stuff to get a laugh.
Right.
I got on the counter. He grabbed my ankle and I fell.
Ooh.
Hit the floor, busted my tooth, broke my wrist. Yeah. So I've always been a fun one.
Right.
I've always been down to clown, have a great time.
Yeah.
But this just cripples me sometimes.
Right.
Cripples to the point where I don't want to do anything. And like hunting, that's why I love hunting.
Yes.
I go sit there. I have no
In
worries.
silence.
I have no worries except for the fact that I have 3 days left to kill a turkey and I haven't shot one.
You better get on it, bro.
This is gonna hurt my feelings. But I love that.
Yeah.
I love just being out there. And some people don't get like, I just want to be alone. And now I say all that. I'm safe now. Like I said, I have a phenomenal support system.
For sure.
Amazing. I have people like my family, Ryan, my best friends. And that's the thing. There are several people in my life that have zero clue how much they help me. There are certain people that I will just text when I'm feeling antsy and just have a conversation with, and I don't ever want to tell them that that's why I'm doing it.
Right.
Because I don't want them to change.
Right.
My best friend, 2 of my best friends. One is Scott McDonald. He is in the minor leagues for the Yankees.
Nice.
Best friends from Canada. Like he's literally like he spent the last 6 Thanksgivings at our house.
That's
like
awesome.
he had his own bed in our house. Like he's my best friend, but he's such a carefree person
Yeah.
that like he takes stress off of me when I talk to him,
Right.
when I'm around him. So like there were so many times just being in our dorm room together, like he made me feel better. Then you got guys like my buddy Jenkins.
Jenkins.
I call him Drinkins.
Drinking Jenkins.
Drinkins. His name's Bailey Jenkins, but I call him Drinkins because he used to drink a lot.
That's one way to deal with stress.
Yeah, but he is. There is no other way to put it besides he is a butthole. I'd say what I could say,
Yeah.
but I don't like my kids to see there's something. He's a
Right,
butthole.
right.
Straight shooter. Tells me how it is. Hardly feels bad, but he gets it.
Right.
He's very intelligent. He gets it.
Sure.
So there are sometimes I'll just have conversation with him, and he'll just kind of snap me out of it. Like he'll kind of just almost be like, "Shut up! Like, how about you look at the good stuff?" It's a
Right.
very aggressive way of helping.
Sometimes you need that.
Well,
dude.
yeah, he is. And there's sometimes, but when I know I need that, that's when I go to him. But
Yeah.
when I know I need someone to talk, I go to Mac. And then you got people like my girl. You know, last week when I didn't feel well, she wanted to know like, what can I do? Nothing. I told you, nothing. I said, you just be you. Like you like what I love about you. Like that's what keeps me good.
Yeah.
Like just literally just
The
sitting.
constant.
Yeah,
the consistency.
Just even her like putting a hand on my shoulder. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, big time.
I'm like, oh man. Like
Yeah.
just even feeling that, just that's all it takes. Grab my
Yeah.
hand. I'm like, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't like to let people know that because I don't want them to. Then it becomes a job.
Right.
And I don't want that to ever
Like,
happen.
oh, don't upset Theran, you know. that
Yes,
kind of
and I'm
stuff.
like, no, treat me normal.
Yeah.
Treat me normal. And like I said, I'm high functioning. And the other thing I suffer from, I don't say it like that. I have ADHD and OCD. Problem with that is they're so.
How do you
up
get?
and- Yep.
That's like
They
both directions.
Yep. So that's that imbalance I have.
The